Okay, now this is a motorcycle channel and a gun channel. This is not a cooking channel. I can't even cook worth a shit, let me tell you. But we're down here in Tampa. We went to the Innings Festival over the weekend. Good time. And saw Lumineers, Nathaniel Rateliff, Goo Goo Dolls. It was worth it. But, oh yeah, Green Day too. But the thing is, you know, I hauled my toy hauler down here, and you're talking about 1,000 miles away from my house, and gas is $5 a gallon because I had to run 93 octane because of the supercharger. And so you got to keep in mind, I bought the tickets months before the fuel prices went up as high as they did, but I still was coming down here. But I'm going to show you how to cook a decent meal on your bike while you're riding around. We're going to go riding. We're going to go see Tampa Bay, get some riding footage and stuff like that, go to the ocean. All this stuff is stuff that I learned when I was dirt ass poor, but I had a motorcycle. All right, now we're gonna be preparing a couple pork chops, some baby potatoes, corn, and green beans. Now we're in my camper, and obviously I've got a can opener in here. But back in the day when I didn't have no camper and all I had was a motorcycle, you know, I'd sit there and go to Walmart, get me canned tuna fish, whatever, you know, when I was traveling across country. I couldn't eat no fancy restaurants all the time. I've had this John Wayne on my wallet, my wallet, for 15, 18 years, something like that. And so I'm going to kind of make it look like, you know, I'm on the parking lot at the Walmart and I'm fixing me up something instead of being in this camper. But anyway, we're just going to open up the green beans. Okay, I'm going to go drain these out, and then we'll prep the table. Just get some aluminum foil. Now you're going to want to get a lot of it. You want to make this thick. So, we're going to set it down. We got our corn, got a seasoning, we got the pork chops, and the potatoes. So, go ahead, and I'm going to get the chops. Set this over here and season them up, which, I mean, y'all know how to cook. I'm just showing y'all. Really, the most part you want to see is just where I shove this on my bike. And I did wash my hands, so don't leave no comments saying I might have been picking my nose and scratching my ass before I did this. And one thing I can tell you is best to cut these little potatoes up a little bit, because, you know, potatoes don't cook real fast. You got to understand your engine's operating at speed, or the temperature is about 250, and it's blowing over the food. And you know, it's going to take a little bit to cook the potatoes. But all right, I'm going to cut these up, get the green beans, we'll fold it all up, and I'll show you where I put it on the bike. What you want to do, I don't eat butter because I don't want to die of heart disease. I know the pork chops ain't great either, but don't want to add, you know, two together. But I'd sit here and we're going to use the juices from the pork chops as it cooks to kind of, you know, flavor up them potatoes best as we can. You know, and on a potato sandwich. And then put these over around it. Now, I mean, you can do this with all kinds of stuff. I mean, back in the day, I couldn't afford no pork chops or nothing. I mean, I was making motorcycle mechanic salary, so, you know, I had to do everything on the cheap. But I used to get Spam and some instant mashed potatoes. And anyway, and I mean, you just use anything. But we're gonna put a little corn in here. Cooking with Dave, and we're gonna get wild with the green beans. We don't need a whole lot of them. Just a little bit for flavor. And then we're gonna wrap this thing up, and I'll show y'all exactly where to put it I mean, you know, you got to think about whatever bike you're riding, whatever model, and but I'm gonna show you on my Softail. So, all right, let's wrap it up. Kind of want it tight, you know, best you can. You ain't got to get wild with them. Got the green beans escaping. Like I said, I ain't no cook, I can tell you, but I know how to survive, you know. I didn't have a lot of money growing up, and we had to learn little tricks and stuff. This is one of them. Especially when I was traveling cross country, you know, I spend my money on gas. I didn't want to spend it on restaurants, so, all right, let's go put it on the bike. Now we're cooking for two, so it's a little bit bulkier than normal. But best place for me, usually I like to get it behind this rear cylinder up there, kind of on the train. But you got to just figure out whatever kind of bike you got, your application. Look at it, see where you can shove this thing. But make sure you got it ran plenty of aluminum foil. Now, since I'm gonna kind of be against my header, then I put the thickest part of the aluminum foil against it. I just shove that bitch in there like that. And what you want to do is, when you come to a stop or whatever, you get gas, something like that, just pull it back out, flip it over, and stick it back in there. But you know, that way you're getting the even heat. You know, I mean, it's not going to come out like no first class steak at a fine restaurant, but it's going to be good food. And like I said, back when I wanted to enjoy traveling cross country when I was making $14 an hour, and this is a way that I could afford everything that I needed, fuel and all that kind of stuff, without spending a lot of money on food. So let's get on the bike, let's start riding, go see Tampa, and we'll eat after a while. I'm pretty sure it's done. Like I said, it's been in there for 6 hours and some change. You know, and I've stopped many times looking at stuff, and you know, when you're stopped, there's no wind blowing on it, so it's just heat sinking real good. It's done shrunk down, so that means, you know, the meat's cooked, and you can see some of the you know, fat that's run off, which that ain't no big deal. It's cooked through and through. It's white all the way in the center. It ain't pink. Taters are mushy. You know, you can see the corn kind of scorched that. That probably touching the exhaust pipe. But here I am. I got me a meal. I got $5 in it, you know, if that, and you know, 2 pork chops is plenty good. That's gonna save me maybe 10, 15 bucks, which that $10 to $15 will go towards you know, after a few days, that adds up. I can get a motel room, take a shower, or that's gonna pay for more fuel to get me even further on my trip, or be able to spend more time on my trip. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here and eat my dinner. See you on the next one. I will be drinking a beer here in a minute over at the boardwalk. But anyway, see you on the next one.